So you want to crush it, do you? Well, most people think they need a better plan. They don't. They need a simpler one. And here's what nobody tells you. It's not complicated. It's just not easy, right? It's simple. It's not easy. There's a difference. Complicated means you just don't understand it, right? Simple or easy means that you don't have to work for it. Success is neither one of those things. You'll understand what I'm about to show you, but it's going to cost you every single day. I'm giving you 4 steps today, not 27, not a 90-day life change plan, 4 simple steps. You can start step 1 minute the video is over and really go for it. There's a simple truth, okay? Now, simple doesn't mean it's going to be fast for you to succeed. It also doesn't mean that it's going to be painless. And it sure as hell doesn't mean that you're not going to want to quit at some time. It means do these 4 things consistently and you will succeed. Not might, will. It's a for sure thing. Stay with me. You know, I've worked with hundreds of clients in 5 different countries over the last 30 years, and success boils down to these 4 things. And stick with me because step 2 is where most people blow it right when they get going. So let's get into it. Step 1, you know, the first thing you have to actually understand is where you're starting from. So you need to do some self-analysis and figure out exactly where it is that you're beginning. You know, if it's in your weight loss journey, where are you at? You know, get some data around where you're at. If it's in your business life, figure out right where you're starting from. Are you starting a brand new venture right now? Okay, well, figure out where that is. And then you need to know where you want to go. You have to have a target at the end, right? Everybody always calls that the goal or the target or whatever you want to call it. But you need to know where that is so that you can plan a journey to get there. Don't start planning yet though, right? Just figure out those 2 things. They're important, all right? Step 2, now this is the one where everybody falls down immediately because it's the one that is actual hardcore proof that you're actually going to do it. And that is take action. And the reason why people miss this one, they think, oh, take action is so simple. But they miss it because it means you actually have to do it. Planning is easy, right? I've worked with dozens and dozens and dozens of athletes and business people who will make beautiful plans, written out, color-coded, marked out by calendars for months and months and months, and then never take the action to complete the plan. The plan looks brilliant. The plan is like, wow, piece of art, but they don't take action and therefore they just can't do it. Now, action has to be real key, right? It must be immediate. And that's why as soon as this video is over, start taking action to where you want to go. You've already got an idea where you want to go. Just start going in that direction, right? And then figure out the rest of it as you're going along. But take immediate action. It needs to be small, right? And I think your action should be super small. So small that you don't want to avoid it, skip it, causes you no pain, no discomfort. And your actions can get bigger as you go along, but to start, make them small. Everybody thinks you have to take these big giant leaps and really massive action to go forward. Well, that just scares the crap right out of you and you get paralyzed with fear. And therefore you don't take action. And then you can't go forward. So you have to take immediate, small action. It has to be continuous. You should never have a 0 day. Ever. There should be something you're doing to go towards your goal every single day. Right? And I know you're busy people, you got families, you got work, whatever. Make the actions immediate, small, continuous, right? And appropriate. You know, lots of people, they'll go off on little tangents where they're doing actions that don't actually take them directly to their goals. When I work with entrepreneurs, this is really key, is that, you know, their business might rely on getting leads, making sales. And they'll be off building a website and doing all this other stuff, which has no bearing on getting leads and making sales right now. And so they have no income. Well, then they have no income. Well, therefore, their actions aren't leading them to their goal, which is to have a successful business. And what happens? They end up quitting. And we know quitting is the only failure. The only failure is quitting. You can slow down to go forward, but if you quit, you have to start over, okay? Your actions don't have to be perfect. They just need to lead you in the directions. They'll get better and better and better as you go along, because you'll get more defined in how you're putting your plan together. But in the beginning, immediate, super small, continuous, appropriate actions going towards your goal is really what you're after. And that's where everybody falls down. Hey, if this is hitting you, definitely subscribe and follow. There will always be more to come. Let's get to it again. Step 3. Now you got to start building your plan of your journey, right? So you already know where you're starting from. You know where you want to go. You got to make a little bit of a plan, all right? But don't write it in stone. Don't chisel it down into something that's immovable and unflexible, right? You have to, life is going to happen. A lot of the reasons why people don't succeed is that their plans don't survive contact with real life, right? You know, you always hear about that saying, you know, that no plan, you know, survives first contact with the enemy for an army person. Well, it's the same. If your plan can't survive life, you know, you might have all these intricate things that you got to do every single day, but you know, all of a sudden your child becomes sick or your car breaks down and you can't do those things. Well, that's not a good plan. That's a plan that's written in stone that you can't alter. You know, steal these words from U.S. military. Interpret, adapt, overcome. It's one of their mottos, right? It should be your motto too. And I like to add one more thing to it, and that's be max flex. Maximum flexible. Don't get jammed in one way of thinking, one thought process, only one road to go down. That doesn't get to your journey. I mean, think about it. If you were doing a cross-country trip and you were only going to stick to one road and then the road was under construction and you had to take a detour, well, you'd be like, wow, what do I do? You got to be a little bit more flexible. You have to understand how to alter, change. Things to remember when you're doing that. Never zero. Never zero. Keep moving forward in some way. Even if it takes a little detour, just get back on track as soon as you can, right? If it's eating, maybe you had your colleague brought donuts to the office and you're supposed to be on your diet for, you know, trimming down, and you had some donuts. Yes, it's bad. Should you spank yourself? Probably not. And just eat good for the rest of the day and tomorrow as well. And you're right back on track. It's not one stumble and it's all over, right? So keep your plan, make it flexible, put in tracking devices for yourself so that you can celebrate progress when you're going forward. It doesn't have to be massive progress. It can be just little progress. Remember, the continuous journey is what you're after when you're when you're moving forward to your ultimate goal, your objective. All right. So the first thing we've got is figure out where you're at and where you want to go. 2, start taking that action. Immediate, small, continuous, and appropriate. 3, develop that plan as you go. Now, why didn't we develop the whole plan in the beginning? Because that's what everybody does, right? They write out this massive, beautiful plan, and then it never happens. Or something happens and they have to change it and they think that means I got to quit and start over, okay? So develop the plan as you go, not understanding where your objective is all the time. Don't lose sight of that because you got to get to the ultimate destination, right? That's the whole point. Last one, be ready for all of your mental barriers. Now, in a perfect world, this is where you and your coach are working together because this is the part where they can get the most help. Yes, they can help you figure out where you're at and help you, define your goal, help you figure out what actions and keep you accountable for those actions, help you build the plan and modify it so that you get the straightest journey possible, help you avoid the detours. But the mental barriers is the place where, in the end, they make or break you, right? Your old habits, your old negative thoughts, your whole thought process, those things, the crowd you hang around with, those things all they can destroy you if you're not ready for them. And they pop up there. You can't get rid of them. You can put something in place of them, a new habit, But that old habit will always be there. And if something triggers it, it's why lots of people, if they've quit smoking, they go back to smoking because something triggers it, right? It's that thing. You have to be ready for mental barriers, your old fears. And, and this is where a coach can help you the most, so if you're looking for that, make sure you tie in with a coach. Okay, so step one, know where you're at right now and be honest about it. Figure out where you want to go and be real clear about that. Step two, take that action. Remember, immediate, small, continuous, appropriate. Make sure you build your plan. Keep your objective in mind, but be ready for any sort of detours that are going, and make your plan usable in real life, not some model for someone to follow in a museum. And be ready for those mental barriers. They're going to come. Don't kid yourself. They're lying in wait, hoping, because they're built into your failure cycle from before, your quit cycle from before. So they're there, right? Be ready for them. Don't let them attack you. And remember, how do you defeat them? Shrink what you're doing for today and keep going forward. The more times you go forward, the more days you get where you're moving ahead towards your objective, the more those things get pushed further back in your mind. Pro tip, just keep going, expect the unexpected. Know there's going to be slip-ups, stumbles, and detours, and be prepared. It's okay. You will succeed if you follow these 4 things. Hey, I've developed a program exactly for this. It's one of the reasons why I came out of retirement, because I got tired of hearing all the silver bullet magic potion hacks out there that are just steering people down the wrong pathway. My program's link is in the description. The Unstoppable You program. Click it. I'll get you in. I'll get you access to my accountability community. We can build all this together. Hey, I want you to be successful, and this is Andy from Stone Age Success.